Just tell me.
You ready, Miss Tilly?
I'm ready when you guys are.
Okay, so how many of you guys have experienced the influence of gaming? I think the answer is pretty surprising. Almost anyone who has ever accessed the internet, gotten on a mobile phone, or watched anything in HD in the past 20 years has been influenced by gaming in some way. Today my presentation is on the influence of gaming. I've been a gamer for over 7 years now, and I've looked into the history of it for over 5 of those years. Today I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to go over the influences to technology, history, and culture. Now that I've told you that, let's start with technology. Technology is influenced by gaming. We'll start simple. This is the Atari 2600. Came out in the late 80s. It was one of the first home consoles. It brought the power of the arcade to the home and let anyone who had a couple $100 to spend have Pac-Man, Tetris, Pong, lots and lots of Pong on their TV at home. It was revolutionary for the time. Had over 2,000 games. This is the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
This came out in the late 90s. It was one of the first true three-dimensional consoles. It revolutionized gaming in its own right, bringing 3D to any home that had a few $100s to spend, and generally just making it a widespread technology. Before this, three-dimensional, just general graphical three-dimensional development was a thing of dreams. It was very hard to do. Now, fast forward to today, this is the Kinect. It comes with the Xbox One system. It is one of the most advanced cameras of all time. It can see in infrared, can see force, can measure your blood pressure and heartbeat just by looking at you, recognizes your face, hand gestures, and it's just incredibly useful. And it's attached to a gaming console, and it comes standard with it. This is the effect of gaming. But more than that, games influence not through innovation, but through widespread use. The Game Boy, for instance, made gaming portable, and as more and more iterations came by, it made small screens more advanced. Your cell phones are able to have HD now because of things like the Game Boy. The PlayStation 2 was a console so high grade at the time that people were actually worried that Iraq would buy a bunch of them and militarize them as computers. And now, today, we have on PCs the Steam Marketplace. Now, anyone who has even a few dollars to spend can buy any game they want, generally on sale at ridiculously low prices, and make modifications to them, and generally share and create and expand and see what other people are making. Now that I've covered technology, let's talk about history. First of all, and I forgot to resize this, games are economically profitable. In fact, in recent years, they have surpassed movies in sales. They are now considered an art form as of 2010 and protected by all art laws. And they experience market crashes and market booms just like any other form of media. They also have effects on medicine. Here we can see a man who has had some form of injury and is put in a motion rig and given a three-dimensional environment to walk around in. Crime rates are not actually linked to gaming in any way. In fact, they seem to have dropped just before the release of the PlayStation 1. And most importantly to history, music has been ridiculously affected by the gaming community. Ever since the NES came out and proved that even with simple sounds you can make advanced compositions, music has had electronic become a very large part of how every piece of music is made. Culture is a part of gaming. First of all, culture is a part of gaming in the sense that gaming has its own culture and many subcultures. For every genre of gaming, there is a culture. And for every type of gamer, there is another culture. For instance, Minecraft has a huge community. MMOs are literally massively multiplayer online games that have thousands of people playing at once. And YouTube has over 50% of all content posted be video game related. Now, what I don't have here is that gaming is also a part of culture. It's hard to find pictures for this, but gaming is slowly starting to be integrated into culture as an integral part. We're starting to see gaming become widely known as an e-sport, to be shoutcasted and all of that, just like any other sport. Seen in tournaments with thousands of people paying for tickets to watch people play games. And all sorts of things. Laws are being passed concerning it, even though it's just an entertainment thing. And in general, it is now becoming a major part of culture, and I am glad to be a part of the community. So, today I've told you how influential video games are. I talked about technology, I talked about history, and then I went to culture. So, how many of you guys are influenced by gaming? I thought the answer was quite surprising.